I need the picture though.
There you go.
Welcome to the Maggie T and the Fella Show.
Ooh yeah.
Appreciate you, Michael Walker. You know, boost my ego up.
Ooh yeah.
I'm Maggie T, and these are the fellas. What's up, y'all?
Just my imagination.
Once again. All right, y'all. For real. So let me go ahead and introduce myself since I'm the star of this show. What's up, J Rock? What's up, Loki? What's going on?
Hey, what's good?
You know what I'm saying? Representing Outcast today, y'all. What's up? What's up? A-Town down, people. Gotta do it. But for real, what we have on this panel right about now, we have just Kstylz. We call him the comedian. He is the comedian up in here. The sixth man up in here. Yes. Then we have Jew Talk Sports. And guess what, y'all? This man is how many away?
7.
7 away from
700.
And here is his link. People, go ahead and give him that subscribe right now. I want by the end of this show, he needs to be at 700. Every last person.
All right.
Every last 27 of you viewing right about now. Subscribe.
Look, we just need 7 people. That's all, man. That's all your boy man Mike is asking for. 7 people to go Jew Talk Sports and subscribe. 7.
I'm gonna tell y'all like the country will say it. Can y'all do that right now? Right now.
Well, goddamn, Adam, hey, I want to say I was 5 from 60. Goddamn it, you throw mine in there too.
Let's do my personal channel at 16 subscribes, y'all. Yay, Miss Maggie T.
Hey, mine was at 40 or 47. Okay, so damn, I can't Why I always got to be in the damn lead all the damn time? God damn, I want to be in the back of the bus sometimes, damn.
Well, you
the mad scientist, bro. Shit, you the one to help put all this shit together.
But damn, sometimes I want to sit on the back of the bus. I don't want to sit in the front driving the motherfucker all the time.
And the dude over there complaining is Mad Mike, Mr. Sports, Mr. Magnificent, look, Mr. Whoever you want to call him. He is the mastermind behind all of this. I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, I'm Maggie T, and these are the fellas though, because without me, y'all wouldn't be here though. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in.
That's straight up.
You deserve one of them damn Ike Turner damn backspats for that one.
I'm about to pull the hand up like this, like wait a minute now, anime. Wait a minute. What you talking about, anime?
But appreciate y'all tuning in, people. Let's go ahead and get into the episode. The shenanigans is over with. Let's go ahead and get serious. Woosah. Let's get it together, people.
Hey, man, I haven't eaten anything right now, so forgive me. I'm hungry. This is my first meal, so if y'all see me eating during the show, forgive me.
And this is my first show, so y'all can't see who it is, but all it says is Jay Bird and the boys. So yeah, we good.
Hey, let's get to it, people. So let me go ahead and hide off and let y'all get into these 3 keys.
3 keys.
Y'all ready for it?
3 keys.
All right, then I'll be in the back.
I guess let's. I'll just start it off real fast. I don't think it's anything that we have to do. More so, kind of recapture what we've done in the past game against the Raiders. As a matter of fact, there is something that we got to do better. We're still not doing this. Still not doing it. We're not establishing the run. We still want to throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. And granted that Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, we still want to focus on throwing the ball. Even with the great Tom Brady, the great Drew Brees, even the great Ben Roethlisberger. These guys need the running game. This is how you incorporate everyone else in the game. Everybody want to focus on Matt Ryan and Matt Ryan need to do this and Matt. Look, some of these guys brought to this team, hint, 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 to be running backs, not receivers, not blockers, not tight ends to stand in to just do nothing but look at Caleb McGarry and Matt Ryan. That's essentially what they're doing. That's just block for Matt Ryan. That's what you brought Todd Gurley here, just to block for Matt Ryan. That's why you brought Luke Stalker here to block for Matt Ryan. This is what we're doing, Dirk Cutter. What the hell? Use the damn running backs. Okay? Use the goddamn running backs. They're running backs. It says in their position, running backs. Running backs. So run the backs, Dirk Cutter. That's the first one. And the second one is it's really simple. And I'm just going to say, go ahead. Yeah, Reggie, appreciate it. That's 6. All right. We need 6 more. That's 7. That's 1 for the day. We need 6 people. We need one more. We need everybody who subscribed to Jude channel. All right. Announce it in the chat. But the second one is continuously use that big defensive line. And I'm going to expand on this one, but use that big defensive line to keep them offensive linemen off our linebackers. Right now, Foye Oluokun and Deion Jones are just freaking credible. All right, I don't know if you guys saw the video that I did with the Spotlight Raiders talk. Man, those guys, good guys. But I told them, it's like, you got to worry about, don't be so focused on Deion Jones. Deion Jones is going to do his thing. Y'all got some problems with Foye Oluokun. Foye Oluokun is making his presence felt this year. He wants to be a Pro Bowler, and he's playing like a Pro Bowler. So the defensive line got to continuously keep the offensive line off of those linebackers. And third one, I don't know how many times. I'm not going to, use Kevin 60 minutes, but I will say this. Dirk Cutter, Raheem Morris. Please do not come with that same bullshit ass game plan that we saw last meeting against the Saints. That crap will not work. We're going to get our ass embarrassed again if we come with that same game plan. These guys line up in formations. I released the video and the film breakdown when I was saying the Falcons, Dirk Cutter, the reason why he sucks is his route concepts are garbage. Absolute garbage. You can't line up in run formations just to damn pass out of them. What the hell are you running? What the hell are you even? Just line up in damn shotgun if that's what you're going to do. It makes absolutely no sense. Why are you in run formation? You just gonna pass out of them. Who the hell are you fooling? It ain't me. It ain't you. It ain't Kstylz. And the damn sure you guys, everybody know it's coming. So why are you even in those run formations? And you just gonna get in the run formation just to damn pass? It just doesn't make any sense. So Raheem Morris, I know he's doing a fantastic job with the defense, but again, I'm not letting him off the hook. Because that game plan, what we've been seeing with Dirk Cutter, has been absolute trash. And for his ass to sit up here and say, one, you're going to call out the players, you're going to call out everybody else except for that bull crap that Dirk Cutter called in the first meeting against that. Come on, bro. I don't care how good the defense is looking right now. Accountability, man. Got to be accountability. So, Kstylz, what you got?
All right. Before I get to mine, I'm going to say to everybody, appreciate y'all coming out tonight, fucking with your boys and with the heavy hitters. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give them my couple shout-outs before I do it. Like I said, we see Wallace Smith saying, "What's up, family?" Rhino TG, Joseph Thornton, Jermaine John again. Hey, J Rock, he always, that's the fam right there. So, we bust
Yes,
shout.
sir.
I know Torch TV gonna be in here one way or another, and Yasuke, them the people. So, and Madness. So we go all them automatics. And like I said, Mark 504, he's in here. He's Mike's #1 fan. So we go and Triple G. But oh yeah, Michael Walker too, because he's looking for Maggie and hoping she probably has an OnlyFans for him. So we're gonna leave that alone.
Better go show some toes to that man. Show that man some toes, girl.
But definitely what my keys will be is you got to use the running backs in the passing game. There was no excuse in that game to where your running backs combined for only 2 catches. Especially if you know that they have a quarterback that they're going to simplify the game plan for, the defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to blitz. Because like I said, even the Saints offense really didn't play all the way well last week against Denver. Their game plan was dictated by their defense. Their defense set the tone. So aggressive defense like that, you have to counter that with some quick passes and some swing passes, some catches by your running back. So that's a definite must. My second key point is you got game film on what you played last time. So you don't need to be making the same mistakes twice. You only, like I said, that last game should tell you what you need to do next time. And the last game plan is you cannot kick field goals. I know y'all used to me saying 60 minutes. That's automatic, so I'm not going to use that. But you cannot kick field goals against this team. I don't give a damn if it's Drew Brees back there, Taysom Hill. Hell, Mark Sanchez could be back there for all I care. You cannot kick field goals. When you get in the red zone, you must score touchdowns. If you don't score touchdowns, like I said, this is going to be a long game. I'm going to end it at that. Drew, what you got for him?
First off, before I get my 3 keys, we 5 away from 700 subscribers. So let me get 5 more people to go and hit that subscribe button at Jew Talk Sports. We just need 5 more. 2 already hit it. So 5 more and I'll be at 700.
5.
With that being said, hey, my 3 keys, y'all know where it starts off. In the trenches. We got to keep that aggressive defense that we seen last week. I love what I seen out of that defensive line. Allen Bailey, Kaminsky, Marlon Davison. Those guys did a great job last week of collapsing the pocket. Jacob Tatui Mariner coming off the edge. We need them to keep that up. Like Mike was saying, allow the linebackers to be the stars, but collapse the pocket. Don't run past Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is a guy that wants to get on the edge. So the guys on the edge, Dante Fowler, who didn't play in the first matchup, he's going to be key in this game. Do not allow Taysom Hill to get out on the edge on those bootlegs where he can run for first downs, on those quarterback powers. We're going to need Allen Bailey and those guys up front, Grady Jarrett. We're going to need all of those guys to play physical in this game, bring that effort that you brought last game. And I would blitz like crazy this game. Real talk, without Drew Brees being back there, I really don't feel like Taysom Hill, if you put pressure on him, I don't believe that he can read defenses like a Drew Brees or read a defense like a James Winston. So keep putting pressure on the actual quarterback in this game. There we go. 4 more.
4 more, baby.
Keep putting that pressure on Taysom Hill in this game. Keep the pressure on him. Don't allow him to get outside the pocket. To me, last game, we sat back too much in that soft zone, and we basically let Taysom Hill pick us apart because we didn't he's a one-read quarterback right now. He hasn't been in the league long enough, and he's not a good enough quarterback to know when you're disguising what you're doing. He's not Drew Brees. He might be running a similar offense because The coaches, Sean Payton, he knows how to scheme guys open and stuff like that. But Taysom Hill is the type of quarterback where if his first read is not there, he's gonna take off and run with it. So we got to bring pressure. I want to see us use Keanu Neal like Seattle uses Jamal Adams. Like blitz him off the edge. Taysom Hill can't outrun Debo. He can't outrun the 4-year little Cam. He can't outrun Deion Jones and Keanu Neal. So blitz this guy. Be aggressive. So that's my first key to victory is be aggressive. Blitz him. If you don't get there, trust me, if he's under pressure, Taysom Hill is not as accurate as Drew Brees. So he's going to throw that ball in harm's way. And we proved last week that we can play man-to-man coverage, press coverage, with the corners that we have. So let's see if he can throw an accurate pass. Like put pressure on him and see if he can sit back there in the pocket and deliver a ball, deliver a strike with guys in his face. Personally, I don't think he can do it. He's not Drew Brees. Drew Brees is pinpoint accurate. That's not Taysom Hill's game. Taysom Hill's game is basically a running back, a fullback playing quarterback. So pressure this dude. My second key to victory for the coaches, Mike just talked about it. I did a video earlier this week. Every game we've won this season, the 4 games that we've won this season, we've rushed the ball or run the ball over 30 times in a game. So that should be the mark that Dirk Cutter is looking at. When he's calling plays, I don't care if he got to take it back to elementary school where he's tallying how many times we run the ball in the game. But he needs to try to hit that 30 mark. Between 25 and 30 rushes every single game. It's no excuse. I don't care if we're getting 2 yards in the cloud of dust. Keep running the ball. Keep being physical. As Mike said, don't get into that run formation and then pass, because when you get in that run formation and you go big, as they call it, when you go to jumbo package, you want to put that pressure on the defense. Like let those guys go. Even if you get 2 yards, run Cam Jordan over. Let these big guys lay on these other guys and push them around. Even if you're not getting a lot of yardage, those guys are going to wear down over time. So keep cramming that ball in there. I don't care if we're not getting any yards. Eventually, by the 4th quarter, those guys are going to wear down. And all of those guys that you see screaming off the edge, after you've been hit a couple times, you're going to slow down. That pass rush will slow down if you allow these guys to pound them. So up front, let those big guys pound these guys up front. Do not allow these guys to just come after Matt Ryan and pin their ears back. We need to let our offensive line fight back and use their strength and their brute strength and bruise them up. Like, let these guys go at these guys. Let them be aggressive. You can't be aggressive backpedaling the whole game. Let these guys go forward. So that's my second one. Dirk Cutter, run the ball. I don't care who's in the backfield. Run the ball. I'm not sure why we brought in Brooks James, the guy we brought back last week. I don't know where in the world Quadri Olison is, but to me, Quadri Olison is the guy that we should be using to pound the ball, especially on short yardage. If Todd Gurley's not out there, let Olison get in on this. Why are we running Ito Smith? Let him get in on this.
Stupido.
Exactly. Let him get in on this.
Former friend, dumbass. My bad. Former friend, dumbass.
Oh, hold on. Since you said former friend,
go ahead and get to him. Go ahead and get to him.
So we can look at former friend.
There you go. Run the ball, former friend. 25 to 30 times in this game. We need it. We have to do it. It's key. We're 4-0 when we run the ball at least 25 to 30 times. So pound that rock. And then my last key to victory, and this is the third key to victory, and I talk about it all the time. We're going to have those 2, 3, 4 plays in the game that's going to change this game. Who's going to make the play? Last week, it was Deion Jones with a pick 6. Last week, it was Jacob Tatui-Mariner with a strip sack fumble. We're going to need that in this game. That's going to change the momentum and put us on the short field. Matt Ryan in his offense, I haven't seen Matt Ryan happier in a post-game press conference as he was last week, talking about, man, we really didn't have to do nothing. The defense won the game. Like, Matt Ryan didn't know what to do. He couldn't even believe it. Like, man, our defense actually did something. You can tell he was just happy. Like, man, the defense actually
carried
something.
us. What the hell?
Carried us. Exactly. So if we can get that if we can have that happen again this week, we just need a turnover. It's those 2 or 3 plays in the game. If you got a chance to get an interception, make that interception. If you have a chance to tackle somebody short of the goal line, that's what this game is going to come down to. Because we know every time we play the Saints, it's always usually coming down to the last possession. So in this game, make that key play. That's going to be my third key to victory. If it's a play there to be made, make the play, whoever it is. Because last week, everybody was out there making plays. We didn't rely on just the star players. Because to be honest, Grady Jarrett, I didn't really even hear his name last week. It was the guys, it was the unsung heroes last week that did it. Jacob Tatui Mariner, Foye been doing his thing all season long, but the Michael Walkers, Keanu Neal, them guys stepped up last week. So that's my last key is just when the play is there to be made, make that play and get some turnovers in this game because that's going to be key.
Hey, I was about to say, you know, when Matt Ryan did that press conference afterwards, you know the song that was playing in his mind when he did that press conference? When he was talking about defense, he said, must be nice.
He was singing like Jennings.
Yeah, he was singing like Jennings. But I want to highlight this. And look, I want to highlight this comment for y'all. Nick Turner 31 said Jacob Tatui Mariner is playing in the memory of Tack.
Man, he done took that job.
Hey,
he playing better than Tack.
Hey man, that man wasn't even that dude wasn't even drafted. Come on, Tack, bro. Your backup ain't been to you. No, he played the opposite of Tack. So that man, like, he should have been drafted. We should have drafted him in that shit. The way he playing right now, that man playing out his mind.
Exactly. And you know, I got to show some attention to Mark 504. He said a comment earlier. He was saying Michael Thomas had over 100 receptions, but bruh, he had 100 receptions on 11.3 yards per reception. That's not a game breaker. He gets you your reception.
I mean, even his routes, like, to even go with that, that's just an average. His average per route was 8.4, I believe. So he wasn't even running a whole 10 yards.
The slant guy.
That's average per route was about 8.4. These are numbers that we look at. So Julio Jones were some in the neighborhood. He Nuke. Those guys were some in the neighborhood about 12 to 13 yards per route. So these are per routes. These are the routes that they're running. Average per routes. So if you're running 8 yards per route, you're a slant guy. That's essentially all you are. You're nothing more than a slant guy. All right, that's 8 yards, 8 yard slant. That's all he was doing. So a lot of people always like to compare receivers. You got to look at the routes that they're running, and you got to look at the average. You know, again, average per route and the average catch that they're making. So all you guys saying, oh, he had 140 something catches. But you look at the yards, like even the yards don't necessarily say, no, he's making big plays. They're just like they're essentially a byproduct of the catches that he making. So if you're getting 8 yards every catch, I mean, you time that. You mean you do the math on that you're going to have someone in the neighborhood of 1,500 yards. And outside of that, like he's gonna have a big play. So I think he ended up with like 1,600 yards. So like 140 catches, 1,600 yards. Nah, bro, like you should be having Calvin Johnson type numbers. You should be somewhere near 2,000 if you're a big play receiver. You get Julio Jones those types of numbers. You go back and look at his numbers when he played against on 2015 Julio Jones. Well, his numbers were I believe it was 138 with like 1,600 yards. You know what I'm saying? 16, 17. It might have been a lot more than that. If you can look up that, Kevin, those numbers, 2015 when Julio Jones had 138. But those numbers with Julio Jones, those numbers, you saw that, in the averages, the big plays that were there. So Michael Thomas, that's why I always say, people like to say, look at, the total numbers. Let's look at the touchdowns that he's making. Let's look at the number of receptions that he makes. That's easy. Anybody can get 100 receptions a year. All you got to have is a determined offensive coordinator who determined to get the guy the ball. I can give Austin Hooper. I can get him 100 catches if I wanted to. I can get Alvin Kamara 100 catches if I wanted to. Any offensive coordinator can give you 100 catches a year. As long as you stay healthy, you can get anybody 100. So I do not pay any attention to receptions. If you're worried about receptions, you are automatically a loser in my book because, again, receptions are essentially controlled by the offensive coordinator. If the offensive coordinator wants to share the ball, he's going to share the ball. If the quarterback wants to share the ball, he's going to share the ball. But it ultimately comes down to the offensive coordinator to get everyone involved. And this is the reason why we had Austin Hooper, not Austin Hooper, but Hayden Hurst. This is the reason why we had Kevin Ridley. This is the reason why we have Julio Jones. This is the reason why we have Russell Gage. Like, these guys should have, around the same, average as far as catches are concerned. And I know I'm doing the math, something that I typically don't do. Told you guys, man, your boy, man, Mike, we go deep, man. We bring the numbers, we bring the film, we bring the history. You're not gonna get this anywhere else. So, like, this is why I say all the time, Julio Jones is one of the greatest receivers of all time, because he does everything well.
Okay, you said stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at his yards per reception for that season, that was actually his worst season.
Mm-hmm. He was running slants. Kyle Shanahan. He was running slants with Kyle Shanahan. Slants, huh?
That was pretty much 14 yards per carry. Hold on. Like I said, just in case they don't see it, hold on. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen so you can see it. All right, we'll go. 2015. If y'all can look at 2015, that was his best year overall. Pretty much 14. Now look at that career. Now, now look at that.
I got a good example for y'all too, Kstylz. I don't know how fast you can pull up the numbers, but another guy, like Mike was saying, you never want to look at receptions. Y'all remember how many balls Wes Walker would catch a year? I think he caught like 100 balls, like 4 or 5 years in a row. When he was with the Patriots, he would catch 100 balls easy.
You said Wes Welker?
Wes Walker.
Yes.
Hold on, I'll pull that up right quick. Y'all go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, like Wes Walker was that guy, like Mike was talking about, that nobody was debating that he was the best in the league when he was in the game. And he was catching 100 balls easy every single year. Yep. In that slot position. That's why he had so many concussions, because he was going across the middle with Tom Brady. He was catching so many passes. And even when he went to Denver, he was catching a lot of balls, but he caught a lot of passes when he was with New England. He was catching over 100 every year consistently.
All right, here you go. I actually got it right here. All right. Well, like I said, once he got to New England, you see those receptions. 112, 111, 123, 86, 122, 118. See, but the thing about Wes Welker was, like I said, he'll get you the yardage right there in those spots in that zone.
Right.
But as a big play guy, he wasn't a big play guy at all.
Right. He was a chain mover, basically. He was a chain mover just like a Danny Amendola. And that's why I'm talking about creativity with our offense. Is like Mike was saying, anybody can catch a bunch of passes. It's about having a creative mind as an offensive coordinator. If he want to feed you the ball, or they can do it. They can find a way to do it. New England been doing it for years with guys that are just average. Like Julian Edelman, there's nothing special about him, like athletically, but New England and the scheme that they run, the rub routes and stuff like that, they know how to get guys open, period. We learned that in the Super Bowl. How many times we see those rub routes and those guys on in and out routes? That's what they do. That's what they do there in New England. That's their offensive scheme, those short passes.
Yeah. Hey, I about to say, I want, bit low country sports. You know what he told you? He was like, he wants you as his defensive coordinator. You know, that's coach right there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wants you.
You know, the big uglies up front, baby. We know those the real stars. The defensive line, man. You know, I'm all about that defense.
And whatchamacallit, I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple more shout outs. Like I said, we got William Amy in here. Devin Standifer. I hope I'm saying that right, because I always butcher his name for some reason. You know, Triple D always in this thing. You know, terrified. Hey, your boy Twist. Hey, there you go, Twisted TV. Go ahead and follow him as well. That's the hope.
New York, New York. They want to say that.
Hey, look out for madness too. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I basically agree with y'all. Like I said, the receptions is there, but like I said, it's all about what can you do after that reception. I mean, like I said, if you get on average 130 receptions a season, but you're only getting like 10, 11 yards per reception, that's not a playmaker. That's just, like you said, that's just a chain mover.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, you can get the touchdowns when you're in the red zone. That's basically a red zone threat when you think about it. That's not a playmaker.
Right, exactly.
That's a tight end. That's essentially what it is. I mean, this is the thing that I always tell people. This is the reason why I don't necessarily focus on as far as receivers. There are different categories of receivers. There are receivers that are they act as a tight end. This is Russell for us. And people was like, why we only play Hayden Hurst? Well, we'd have two guys that actually play, run this exact same routes that Hurst runs. And that's Russell Gage and you Hayden Hurst. And oftentimes, if those guys, if Julio Jones and Calvin really are getting deep, guess what? Man, let's just go check the ball down to Hayden Hurst or Russell Gage. I'm seeing a lot of that now because of Dirt Doofus Fran. Not my bad. For Fran, right? We have seen a lot of that because of former Fran. He just want to sit up here and just focus on these long developing plays. This is the reason why, like for me personally, I don't think a lot of people understand the concept. Your wide receivers, and this is something as well as what we were talking about with Russell Welker. He acts as a tight end for New England. It's like you can't do anything. You can't do anything with that guy. He's running those 5 to 8 yard routes, and he's down. They just pick you apart. There's nothing you can do about this. So you got guys like that, man, especially with an aggressive, blitzing team. It's damn near impossible. So this is one of the reasons why I just get so frustrated with Dirk Cup. Have so many guys who had that ability to get those runs after the catch. Russell Gage, Julio Jones, Calvin really can do it. Hayden Hurst is another guy who can do it. We sit up here in these long ass developing plays trying to hit home runs every single possession. So you need to just play the game. If they give you 5, take those 5. What's wrong with it?
Hey, I about to say, bro, you kind of choppy there for a second. I think we pretty much got what you said about that one. Yeah, it's kind of a interesting subject to say about it, but definitely you have to, like I said, you have to be how should I say it? I look at that yak yard. That yak yard to say a lot about a wide receiver in general.
Yeah,
and like I said, you can get 130 something receptions, but if you only get 9 to 10 yards, like I said, that doesn't really show as a playmaker. Like you said, it's just a glorified tight end.
Exactly. Y'all exactly right. And I think also a lot of times, and I know people hate when you say this, but I'm a type of football fan, that I believe you have to look at the eye test. Like when you're watching a game, do you think this guy's really a game breaker? Or is he just, like you said, a chain mover? Like we can look at a Julio Jones. Last night I was watching DK Metcalf. That dude is a game changer. Like if they told me you can have DK Metcalf or Michael Thomas, I'm taking DK Metcalf every day of the week because he can do everything. It's not just about catching the deep passes. Pretty much any wide receiver can catch a slant pattern. Pretty much. Like we were talking about when we had Mohamed Sanu, he was kind of playing that glorified tight end position like a Michael Thomas, if y'all remember, where he would just catch a lot of option routes, where he would just get, they put him in that slot position. He would either run up and run a dig route, like sit down in the coverage, or he would just do an option route, go left or right, and Matt Ryan would just read based off of his body language, whether he was going to break to the outside or break inside, and he would just sit down like after 5 or 6 yards and just catch the pass. He really wasn't like a game breaker type of player. And when I watch Michael Thomas, to me, he's not really a game breaker type of player. When I watch him with the eye test, I think he's really physical, and I think his best attribute is catching a ball in traffic. Like, he does a great job, and he has very strong hands. And because he's not the fastest guy, he doesn't create a lot of space. Like, we talk about it all the time. If you watch Michael Thomas run routes, he really doesn't create a lot of space for himself. He's a decent route runner, but he's not like a Julio Jones or a Calvin Ridley, guys that will break your ankles and create that space, or like Amari Cooper. If you watch Amari Cooper with the Cowboys, he's a technician when it comes to running routes, where he creates the space, where it's a ton of space, and he's basically wide open most of the time because of his speed and the way he comes out of his breaks. The same with Julio Jones. We've seen so many times this year where Julio Jones will break somebody, break the corner's ankles. He fall on the ground. Julio Jones wide open. Like, that's being a technician. I really don't feel like Michael Thomas really is that technician when it comes to route running. I really just think that he has strong hands. He's kind of like he's so much bigger than most corners. He basically just bullies them to the football. He's a bully when the ball's thrown to him. But I don't really see him as like a game breaker, a game changer where, like, I gotta have this guy. Julio Jones with that 300-yard game against the Panthers, that's a game breaker. Antonio Brown, when he was with the Steelers, that's a game breaker type, a game breaker type of player. But when I look at Michael Thomas, I really don't see that just with the eye test. I think he's a solid receiver. I think he's good. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I don't think he's in the Julio Jones, the Nuke. I don't think he's in their category. I think he's maybe a tier below them.
Yeah. I was going to say the Rose City, William Dickerson, he was talking about where were the 3 keys. So I'm going to just say you probably just came in, but the 3 keys was already said. Like I said, it's pretty much just, my thing is you just basically got to match them energy for energy. That's really what it is. Because, like I said, the Saints' offense is going to be dictated by their defense. And you have to neutralize that defense with quick passes, and the running backs must get involved in the passing game. So that's kind of like my rundown on what everybody said on that. But definitely, I was going to ask you this, Ju. So the defensive game plan as far as how these corners going to be guarding these receivers for the Saints, who do you think will more so be guarding Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara here on this rematch, as we call it?
To be honest, and a lot of people might not want to hear this, but I would let AJ Terrell follow Mike Thomas. I would let him travel because he's a guy that's not going to back down, and he can keep up with him. He's just as big, like far as length. He has the length. The first game we seen Darqueze Dennard trying to match up with him. He just couldn't match up with him as far as speed and far as the length. Dennard is not the tallest guy. He's physical, but he's not quick and he's not long. And I feel like AJ Terrell, he has more ball skills, and he's a guy that can keep up with Thomas. He knows angles and stuff like that, and he knows how to play the ball when the ball is in the air. And that's to me, Michael Thomas' strength is that when the ball is in the air, he does a great job of catching the ball with his hands. You rarely see Michael Thomas body catching. He's always catching the ball away from his body. So I feel like with an AJ Terrell, I think I would let him travel and see what he can do. I haven't really seen AJ Terrell play in the slot, and sometimes they place Michael Thomas in the slot, not a lot, but I still will let him travel just to give him a different look. And I feel like in the first game, they kind of did a good job of moving, Michael Thomas away from AJ Terrell, or keeping him off AJ Terrell's side, and kind of letting Darqueze Dennard for the most part was guarding him. And to me, he was cooking Darqueze Dennard. So if it was me and I was a defensive coordinator, I would just let AJ Terrell travel with him and see what happens. I mean, you always can switch up, because I kind of feel like one of the problems with the Atlanta Falcons defense in general is give them a different look. Like, maybe in the first half, you start off with AJ Terrell traveling with them, and then in the second half, maybe you switch it up. Like, don't give him a steady diet of anything. But I kind of feel like in this game, I would let AJ. Another reason I would let AJ Terrell travel with him is like I was just talking about in our keys to victory. I really don't believe that Taysom Hill, if you put pressure on him, I don't think that he can deliver an accurate ball consistently. You know what? Drew Brees, he can pinpoint. He's pretty much pinpoint accurate with his throws. If you remember the first game in the first half, Taysom Hill's accuracy was all over the place. Our main problem in that first game wasn't that the Saints were cooking us. It mainly was the offense couldn't get going. Like I think at halftime the score was like what 10-9 or something like that. I think it was like 10-9 in the first half in that first game. So real talk, I feel like if you bring pressure, you let AJ Terrell go mano a mano with Michael Thomas. I don't think that Taysom Hill can put that ball on the money like he needs to. But we all know that AJ Terrell can play that really tight coverage where he can make it tough. Because if you also remember in that first game, Taysom Hill, every time he threw the ball, for the most part, he was targeting Michael Thomas. Like he rarely threw the ball to anybody else. I don't remember Jared Cook catching any passes. The only pass I remember Emmanuel Sanders catching was that one where he threw it down the field, if you remember, and Debo was actually trying to guard him. He was running up the seam, and Debo just kept running for whatever reason, and it looked like a punt. He just basically threw up a pop fly, and Emmanuel Sanders was able to turn around and stop and catch it. That was like the only play I remember with Taysom Hill actually targeting anybody else. In the first game, Debo shut down Alvin Kamara. I don't even think Alvin Kamara had but like 2 catches or something like that. And I don't think he got any catches until like the fourth quarter. So he was pretty much on lockdown. Like Alvin Kamara in the first game really didn't even do anything. It was mainly Taysom Hill later on in the game running that quarterback power. And it was mainly him targeting Michael Thomas the whole time. And for the most part, they had Darqueze Dennard matching up with him, which was just a bad matchup, I think. So in this game, I will put AJ Terrell on him, but at least for the first half and see what happens.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. Like I said, let the young gun go against the big dog.
Yeah,
see what he do. But like I said, Twisted Torch TV came with this question right here. He said, we need another big body wide. I wish we signed Sanu back, which kind of goes into the question of what we say about Laquan Treadwell. You know, Falcons has signed him onto the active squad because, you know, Zacchaeus, you know, they put him on IR. So do you think that Laquan Treadwell will be that big body wide out that everybody is kind of hoping for as that second big body outside of Julio Jones?
Yeah, I did my video today talking about it. I do think the Laquan Treadwell has the body type, but we all know it's a lot of guys that are big body receivers. My thing is, can he actually go out there and do it? You know what I'm saying? Can he actually go out there and be Mohamed Sanu? Because I think a lot of people look over Mohamed Sanu, but I think Mohamed Sanu was a lot better than a lot of people think. Mohamed Sanu is one of those guys that he rarely dropped passes. He was a physical freak when it came to blocking and things of that nature and playing physical. Also, Mohamed Sanu could play every position. You can play him on the inside. You can play him on the outside. He was one of those guys where we actually would use like in the Wildcat as well and let him throw the ball down the field. So Mohamed Sanu was one of those guys that was extremely talented and also extremely cerebral. He was one of the smarter players that were on our team as far as the wide receivers. So I definitely think that Mohamed Sanu was one of those guys that I thought we should have brought back. Right now, he's on the Detroit Lions, and they really don't know how to use him. So I definitely think that the Falcons should have tried to bring him back because he was one of those guys that was a veteran. And if you look at Treadwell, like from his history of being in the NFL, when he was with the Vikings, either they didn't know how to use him or he just got outshined. And I kind of talked about that in my video I did earlier, like Thielen and Stephon Diggs, they basically just outshined him because he was taken in the first round. If you remember, Laquan Treadwell out of Ole Miss, a lot of people thought he was going to be like an AJ Brown that plays with the Tennessee Titans because, you know, he went to Ole Miss as well, and DK Metcalf went to Ole Miss. So he was one of those highly touted wide receivers coming out. I thought he was going to be like a physical freak. Like he was a beast in college, but when he got in the league, for whatever reason, he just didn't pan out. I don't know if the Vikings kind of misused him or they weren't developing him right. But I think he has the tools to definitely be like a Mohamed Sanu. And I think Twisted Torch TV is right. Like, we are missing that big body, physical guy. Well, on third down, against like the Saints, like last time when they were playing that press coverage on us, we needed that guy that could body up, kind of like Michael Thomas, where Matt Ryan throws the ball in traffic. I feel like Matt Ryan really trusted Mohamed Sanu, where he would throw the ball in traffic, and he knew Mohamed Sanu would come down with it because he was another guy that's kind of like a Michael Thomas, had strong hands. He rarely dropped passes. So even when Matt Ryan threw it in a tight spot, Mohamed Sanu wasn't one of those guys that could create a lot of space either. He ran decent routes, but he couldn't create space because he wasn't fast. So I think Twisted Torch is right. Like, we needed another big body type guy. And the guy I really think that they should be using like that is Hayden Hurst. We talk about it all the time. Hayden Hurst really is the guy they should be using like Mohamed Sanu, because when Mohamed Sanu was here, mainly he was being that tight end. You know, he was playing tight end, but they were calling him a wide receiver. Most of the time when he lined up on third down, he was that chain mover. We would just put him in at that slot position, and Matt Ryan would just tell him, run an option route, run in or out, breaking route, and I'm just going to hit you, or just sit down after 5 yards and I'm going to hit you. They would do the same thing with Austin Hooper, and that's why everybody thought that Austin Hooper was a superstar, because he had so many catches. But if you remember last year, anytime Matt Ryan would get in trouble, it would just be like, what's name is going to run that button hook. Hooper's going to run a button hook, turn around after 5 yards. Matt Ryan would just dump it down to him when pressure would get on him. He would just catch the ball, turn around, and lay down, basically. Because we know Austin Hooper was super slow. He would never get yak yardage.
There was no yak yardage behind that motherfucker. I'll tell you that much. You better off throwing that thing to a snail. Yeah. But it kind of goes into a point where I would say too, and I know somebody else said it. Like I said, just like I said, it's gonna come down to former friend. Or you're gonna make these easy throws. Like I said, if you're gonna have Laquan Treadwell playing out there today in this game, like I said, you want if you're gonna throw those hook routes and stuff, that's a big body, another big body that you must have to throw those type of routes. Because, like I said, the way that the Falcons receivers are outside of Julio Jones, you don't really have receivers that are built for those short routes. And like I said, Treadwell, I think what Treadwell's problem was, he dropped a lot of passes in Minnesota. That was his issue. He dropped passes and key passes. Like I said, that's why they cut him.
Yeah.
But definitely the main thing is against this Saints team is you saw what they did last time. Like I said, they're going to blitz. That's basically what I see. It's going to be nothing but blitz, and they're going to blitz a safety. Like I said, Demario Davis is going to be blitzing as well. So, like that's why I said the running backs got to be involved in that passing game, because if they're not, it's going to be the same game all over again. And look! Hey, Mike, we didn't see you coming. What's going on, man? Got you back in the game, baby.
Man, I just want to send a big STFU to StreamYard. They making dang changes to stuff, and
wait a minute. Since you said that, that's going to lead to my hold on. StreamYard. I thought Dirk Carter was going to be the only one to get this award today.
No, they deserve it. They deserve it. They got beta changes to everything and ain't telling nobody about it. So, yeah, they deserve that.
StreamYard getting the Powder Toast award today. You won't allow nobody to be great. Like I said, y'all couldn't afford no grape jelly on there, so y'all put some damn peach margarine on that motherfucker. Hey, let us know next time you're gonna make some damn changes. You got a show to do.
Hey man, look. Anytime you have trouble, anytime you have trouble getting the ball to wide receivers, or the receivers can't get open, it's not because of the receivers suck. You suck as a play caller. You should never struggle. You should never have an issue with all the receivers getting open. Anytime that's the case, your offensive coordinator don't know what the hell he's doing. This is the reason why I did the breakdown on the concepts You go back and watch that. You can check that out either on AFN. I prefer you guys to go to AFN and check it out, so you guys can subscribe there. But I ultimately said in that one that that the route concepts for the Atlanta Falcons, it was a hindrance to the offensive game plan and more so hindrance to the offensive line because you're essentially giving the plays away. Like, again, we keep saying this over and over again, you lining up in run formations just to pass out of them. So when you're in a pass formation, they know all automatically. All they have to do is be physical with you and blitz at the right time to get after your quarterback. Because you're not sending, we didn't have Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley last week, they were doing the exact same thing, and they kind of had success getting after Matt Ryan for the most part. I think a lot of teams had success getting after Matt Ryan for the most part, but like anytime you struggle with these, the route, receivers can't get open, guess what? It's because your offensive coordinator is not calling trip sets. Trip sets is your best friend. Your best friend, especially when you have receivers that can, get those yards after the catch, like a Russell Gage. Russell Gage is special with that. That dude is a problem when he can do what he does in the open field. He's a problem. Julio, he's a problem. Kevin Ridley, he's a problem in the open field. So these guys are not getting those types of routes. You're not seeing them guys catch a slant and taking that more to 30 like we used to seeing under. I know you guys remember that dang at Green Bay Packers when Julio caught that goddamn slant across the middle and took that bitch to the house. We're not seeing that no more. Why? Because he's not calling those plays. That's a problem. So anytime you hear a coach say, "Oh, the receivers ain't getting open," no offensive coordinator would say receivers are not getting open. Why? Because it's his job to get these guys open, to scheme them open. This is the reason why you are the offensive coordinator, to go out there and create mismatches.
I about to say, we got Anthony Wright. He got a couple questions. He got one for you and one for me. But before we go to those questions, I want to get to this comment made by Quentin Willis. Basically, he said when Dirk needs to call a decent run play, he shakes the magic 8 ball and says, "Ask again later." So he calls the 7-step drop. Oh man, it damn sure do. I'm about to say, because I almost brought out that NFL blitz playbook because it damn sure looked like that when he be calling damn plays.
It's more like a 10-step drop with Dirk Cutter, man. 10 steps. We're gonna get 10 steps back and we're gonna flame that motherfucker 30, 80 yards. That's what we're gonna do.
All right. But Jude, this question is for you though. Anthony Wright asked this. Do you think that now with 2 weeks of film on Taysom Hill that the Falcons can game plan to shut him down and the Aints?
I think we can, but it's all about what me and Mike always talk about and what you talk about. We always talk about it here on AFN. We have to use players' strengths, play to their strengths. Like as much as we tried a couple of weeks ago or week 1 where we talked about Jamal Adams just blitzing and stuff like that. One thing I respect about Seattle is they play to their players' strengths. They know that he's not a coverage safety. So mainly they use him as a blitzer. They do what he does best. They know he's a Tasmanian devil and he's super physical. So they let him come down in the box, just like they used to do with Cam Chancellor. They let him blitz and they let him do what he does well, be like that 3rd or 4th linebacker. And I feel like that's what we need to learn how to do. Raheem Morris and Jeff Albrecht, and I think they're doing a better job of it now. Now that Dan Quinn is gone, and that's why I know in the first 5 weeks that Dan Quinn had taken back over the defense is because when he left, it looks like a full 360 with the defense. Like the defense looks totally different than since DQ's been gone. So I think they're finally learning how to use these guys' strengths. And I do believe we can shut Taysom Hill down. Like last week, what we did to the Raiders is similar to what we need to do this week. Be extra physical, blitz, and play tight bump and run coverage. Like don't let these guys, don't sit back in a zone because the type of plays that Sean Payton draws up is drawn up to kill zone. Like Drew Brees loves when a team is sitting in the zone because he knows how to throw the ball in those open spots. He knows how to tell Michael Thomas, run that slant route run those dig routes and sit down where I can throw the ball in between the zone. It's easy to pick a cover 3 apart when you run in the same zone over and over and over again. But if you're blitzing and stuff like that, that throws off the timing. And that's the main thing, is throwing off their timing, not allowing them, you take those 3 steps and hurry up and let the ball go. If a player's running a slant like a Michael Thomas, and you have somebody like an AJ Terrell on him playing bump and run coverage where he's pressing them at the line, that's going to throw the timing off. And that's what happened to the Falcons last time when we faced the Saints. If you looked at Matt Ryan, he was double, pumping and patting the ball so much because his rhythm was off. Like, he had no rhythm. And that's what I kept talking about. We should have went no huddle. If you go no huddle, that gives you a chance to come up to the line, call plays, and it doesn't allow the defense to sub different packages in and out where they can do those exotic blitzes and stuff like that. If you keep them stuck on the field and you let Matt Ryan just go up to the line and do up tempo and let him call plays, it slows down the pass rush. It confuses the defense because at that point they got to go strictly to hand signals, or they just have to go to their base defense where they got to say, okay, we run in zone, cover 2, cover 3. Like, they can't say run this exotic package where they're throwing in an extra safety or extra corner. You can't do it unless they call a timeout. So I think that in this game, I want to see them go a little bit more up tempo, and I want them to do what Mike was just talking about. We have to go into those trip sets and run some rub routes because we got smaller receivers. And what Russell Gage's strength is, and Calvin Ridley, what those guys master is running routes. They're great route runners. They're not physical. Like, if you look at Calvin Ridley, he's not going to blow anybody away with his muscles and his physique. That's Julio Jones. He's the only guy he's like built like a DK Metcalf, like an Ellie. These other guys, Gage, Calvin Ridley, these guys are thin, but they're quick and they're really good at breaking open. So put these guys in those stack, those different stack routes and stuff like that, bunch routes, bunch formations, and let them run, because what it does is it creates confusion for the corners. When you run a bunch formation, a lot of times what happens is guys get confused. Who am I covering? That's the main thing that they forget is. So you'll see on defense, if you notice, when you get into a bunch formation, you'll see corners pointing or linebackers pointing. Like, you got him, I got him, because they don't know. They don't know which way you're going to break on the bunch. They don't know if you're setting a screen, a pick. They don't know what's coming. So I feel like what Mike is saying, if you watch our offense, there's no movement. I talk about it all the time. You don't see no guys really running in motion. You don't see no pre-snap motion for the most part. Sometimes you'll see Julio Jones run across the formation. We should be saying that all the time because that creates confusion. We shouldn't be just lining up Julio Jones on the right side, Calvin Ridley on the right side or left side, and just say, run the play. They should be able to beat them because we're better. No, you want to create some type of deception, some type of confusion, because these guys are professionals just like us, and they've watched tape. They know what Julio Jones is capable of. They know what Calvin Ridley's capable of. So they're not going to just allow you to beat them with no post route. Like, if you watch Mad Mike's breakdown, he broke it down perfectly, where he showed they had Ridley running on the post route and Julio Jones running up the field. And both of those guys just kept running. Matt Ryan had nobody to throw the ball to but Todd Gurley, which was only like a 3 or 4 yard gain. So in this game, we have to be a lot more creative. That's the biggest thing. Creativity. We have no creativity right now.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say what's going on to Harrison the Bunny, called in last week, said what's up with the peoples. But, Anthony Wright kind of basically asked all of us a question as well. And I'm going to get to this question he asked me. Basically, he said, what will it take for Matt Ryan to get on a roll as he was earlier in the year? Because the Saints secondary is trash in his book, mostly hype, but they cannot cover. Basically, it's all going to depend on Dirk Cutter. It's going to depend on what plays he called. Because you want to get, like, any quarterback you want to get a quarterback in a rhythm. And that's basically how the Saints did with Taysom Hill in that second half. They gave him the easy throws to build his confidence, to kind of dictate the defense and slow the pass rush down. Because if you know the Saints defense is going to be aggressive, you want to get the ball out of his hand quick to slow that pass rush down. So I believe that if they go with that game plan, and, like I said, get Hayden Hurst involved early, get the running backs involved early, let Julio catch a couple slant passes here and there. See, then that will open up for bigger plays down the field because that pass rush is going to get slowed down. That blitz ain't going to come as often as it did. And that's all I really got to say on that one. And he also had a question for you too, Mike. He wanted to also know all year John Comiskey has been so close to sacks on quarterback. He has had lots of pressure and hits. He's also been held a lot. Why haven't the Zebras called holding?
They some bitches. This just call it spade. They bitches. That's all I come up with. There's no excuse to not call an obvious hold. There's no excuse to not, Matt Ryan gets smacked around more than any quarterback in the NFL. He gets hit after I don't know how many times I've seen Matt Ryan get hit after he's thrown the ball and nobody, like, you fall at his damn toes, you scratch your goddamn toenails. Tom Brady, them motherfuckers ready to throw a goddamn, you know what I'm saying? They ready to throw a damn flag. But Matt Ryan gets smacked, pushed. I mean, we saw it the game against the Saints. I mean, they that man every chance they got. A lot of them was after he had released the ball. Nothing called. So it just comes down to they just don't want to. It's really that simple. The NFL is all about who they want to represent. If they feel like, the Saints are better for them in the playoffs as far as TV is concerned, it's about TV contracts. A lot of people got to pay attention to the TV contracts. If they're a better matchup for them to kind of get more money, these TV contracts, guess what? They're going to favor the Saints. They're gonna favor the Saints. They're gonna favor whoever the big guy is, Aaron Rodgers, these types, because it's all about making money and selling tickets. So they're not gonna call the right. They're gonna favor their guy, but there's no excuse not to continuously play, and that's the issue. You got to play through a lot of that bull crap. So if you're not getting the calls, man, guess what? Clean the shit up. Do something else. And that's the Falcons' issue. We so worried about, not getting calls that we just stop playing, just stop playing. We can't continue to, worry about not getting calls or, John Comiskey not getting hold. We got to find a way. If he's getting held, guess what? We got to send some blitzes. He's getting held. He's not going to get there. They're not going to let him get there. So let's send some blitzes. You got to get creative as a coach. Can't complain about that. You can't complain about that. You got to take the next step.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. And I also want to get on this comment too from Michael Walker, where he says the Saints never do anything exciting. Peyton and them get them goons and trench players, and it shows. Say Falcons need a coaching team and a system.
What the hell make them go? Hold up. Them garbage ass. What the hell make them goons? What the hell make them goons? What the hell? Who called them? Who the hell said them goons? Have you seen that defense? They had one game good against one opponent, and y'all call them goons, and this is the best defense of all time. All of a sudden,
hey, nobody said that.
Hell out of here with that bull crap, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily call them goons. It's the fact that they call plays that send 6 or 7 at the offense. It basically bring it more than what you can block and see what you could do about it. So I wouldn't necessarily call them goons. It's just that they know that their players are more so built for blitzing.
Because their asses can't cover. They can't fucking cover, so they gotta send blitzes to cover that bull crap up. Again, that's why I'm like, why are you calling them goons? A real goon squad only send 4. Let's just be real. Baltimore was notorious for that. All they had them big fat ass hogs up in the front, and everybody else, you had 2 pass rushers, Peter Bullware and Johnson. That's it. That's all you had. They had 2 pass rushers. That's all Baltimore had. That's it. That's a real goon squad. So all that blitzing and stuff, I don't necessarily say that's a goon squad. Like a real goon squad, we're talking about physical football. You're not going to run on them. I've seen teams run over them. And we just saw what, like, We're talking about a team in Broncos. They didn't even have a quarterback, and they didn't get blown out 45 to like they should have been blown out 50-0 if you ask me.
Exactly.
I won't get into
Let's
this.
Be real.
I want to get into this comment too. I know y'all probably don't want to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Like I said, Jesus Christ said NFL hates the Saints. We don't get the calls the times. I know this is about to get deleted though. Well, I'm gonna answer this right here. The Saints actually get more calls at home than any other team in the NFL. The only problem that y'all feel like y'all don't get the calls that y'all deserve, because remember, y'all tried to sue the NFL not once, but twice. So they're looking at it like, okay, you trying to upstage us as the establishment. So, like I said, y'all not said those same calls that y'all were getting, especially when it comes close to playoff time, y'all not gonna get, because at the end of the day, y'all basically tried to change the establishment of the NFL by trying to get the NFC's championship game replayed.
Exactly.
So that's kind of on y'all own doing on that. Because remember, Sean Payton is part of that committee staff that gets these rules changes and shit too. So,
hey, I wanted to
y'all
announce.
crying.
I wanted to announce, not to interrupt y'all, but we just hit 700 subs on Jew Talk Sports.
Jew Talk Sports.
Go ahead, Juju.
I appreciate y'all. I couldn't have did it without y'all, Atlanta Falcons Nation. Now let's get to 1,000, 300 more. We ain't gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I appreciate y'all.
We got 100 up here in the chat right about now, y'all. Go ahead, subscribe, get them over there. Get them over there. At the same time, Miss Maggie T with my little 16 followers, subscribe to my channel.
and this is supposed to be Maggie T and the fellas, really.
Y'all do the same for my page. Show some love.
I want to hit this comment, and he kind of hit on the disrespectful side of the game. He said y'all sound like Dallas fans. No, the only reason why I say that is we did not sign a petition to get a call changed and replay a play in the playoffs.
How you gonna cry? Hold up. How you gonna cry and tell on everybody?
I'm not done. I'm not done yet. We did not go to a city.
I'm sorry. Look at this person thinking this is, dude. You wasting your time, sir.
Oh yeah. He can spam that. Hold on. I got something. If he gonna spam that, I got something for his ass. Hold on. I'm gonna let him spam it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull this up.
Tell him we got ammo. Let him know.
We got ammo. All right.
Appreciate y'all liking the shirt.
Yeah. Okay, look at this. This is the petition to get the game replayed. You see, it's probably about 25,000. They said 18,000 motherfuckers done signed this petition to get it replayed. Y'all gotta realize y'all not the only team that done got screwed out of a call to win a game. The only thing
you're the only one that cried.
You the only one that cried about it, and the only one that wouldn't let it go. Y'all actually literally paid for a billboard down here in Atlanta to tell the NFL that they blew a call. That right there says a whole lot. Y'all looking like Afro Thunder right now with that shit. Y'all looking like this fool right here. So, like I said, you can say 28-3. We blew that.
Falcons, blah blah blah. Whatever. Come with something else.
But at the end of the day, when we lost, we owned up to it. Like I said, to this day, y'all tried to put the NFL on child support, and it didn't work.
Don't say that, Falcons. Don't you say that. That's mean. Y'all know we didn't win that championship. It wasn't had nothing to do with Katrina. They always with the guilt.
I'm just gonna say, please, all these jokes, they the best defense and all that. When it matters, y'all choke. I'm just saying.
But
when it needs to matter,
I always say it like this. Ever since they started cracking them 28-3 jokes on us, they've been getting knocked out the playoffs in dramatic fashion ever since. You realize that. And that ain't just them. It's every other team that like to crack them 28-3 jokes. Because,
look, man.
Hold on, look. This is 3 separate occasions.
Ooh.
And I see 2 purple jerseys. So y'all got 2 of them there. We already saw the Simon's Law Office goddamn petition y'all signed for this one against the Rams. So the first one y'all gonna say that, but hey, y'all had 10 seconds, you blew it, bam, let's go. The Rams won. They blew the call. You still had the ball in overtime. You threw an interception and lost the game. The last one.
That's mean, That's mean.
You had about a minute and 45 seconds and you blew.
You know, according to Mark 504, that's old news. That's last year's talk.
Well, 28-3. Well, in that case, the 28-3 is old talk and old news.
That's
so
right.
If you keep bringing up 28-3 and this 2009 Super Bowl y'all won, well, most of y'all weren't even Saints fans at the time. That's old news.
They're probably Packers. Packers and 49er fans.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, NFL is what have you done lately? What have you done for me lately? That's what this league is about.
That's mean. That's so mean. Y'all shouldn't be talking about us like that. That's so mean.
Hey, Christmas cool. He loves me and I love you.
You talking about Katrina like that? I hurt our feelings. You shouldn't be doing that. That's
bro.
mean.
If you looked at the news reports they had about that NFC Championship game, they treated this thing like it was a social justice issue.
Yeah, they did. Now it was like a whole. It was like really like a whole weep show. To be honest, it was just
the whole.
It was a social
timeline was signing petition. That y'all signed petition. Y'all sit up and call lawyers. Y'all called the NFL. Like y'all did it. Come on, man. Y'all ain't got no rule to talk about nobody. You couldn't even hold a lead for 10 seconds, bro. Y'all talk about some 28-3. At least we hold that motherfucker for at least a quarter. Y'all couldn't even hold the motherfucker for 10 seconds. I did with that crap.
Yeah. But I'm also gonna say, like I said, for a team that somehow had the best team in the division for the past damn near 10 years, like I said, you have to remember, y'all only got 1 Super Bowl. It ain't like y'all got 3, 4, 5 to where we can't catch up to you, because it can happen in the next few years. If we get a Super Bowl, then we neck and neck. Then what else do you have to say?
Look at that. There's a lot of little Aints fans always showing up. But where y'all gonna be after the game?
They ain't got no house.
If everybody know our
history,
we either it's a tough game, it's a close game, we split it. So I mean, y'all got some confidence.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Exactly. Because like they said, they done had the best team in the division for 10 plus years. And what more can you say about that? Like you said, outside of Bounty Gate, what else has been done? Because most of the Saints fans that's here now, most of them weren't even Saints fans when they won the Super Bowl. They were just fans right after they won.
Wait. Look at this Trey Z person though. Like, is that bragging rights to make it to the playoffs, but do nothing else with it though? I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, there's more. Like I said, as long as y'all bringing up 28-3, like I said, we just gonna bring up the legal paperwork. We got legal paperwork that shows that how petty y'all asses can be. I mean, like I said, y'all are not the only team that got screwed out of the game, especially a playoff game.
There's some snitches.
Appreciate the Twisted Torch.
See now these motherfuckers coming in here finna ask, finna be DMing your ass now.
Oh, you know what? Look, I'm saying I am a sports model. So if you want me to wear your shirts, hats, socks, all that, send it my way, y'all. Look, I do promote now. So I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You can look at me all day long, but let's go ahead and get this sponsorship going.
Oh, yeah. Now you're right. Like I said, you're right. We haven't won a ring, but at the same time, y'all have no opportunity. Hold on. I want to see that. He said we've been to the Super Bowl twice with no ring. Like I said, my mama got a ring. I got a class ring. What does a ring have to do outside of 2009?
Thank
like
you.
That.
What is it doing
like
for you right now?
What it doing for you right now? That ring didn't come into play when y'all lost in playoff games. Like I said, you got one ring. That's it.
You know who they sound like? They talking about we sound like Cowboys fans.
They sound like Cowboys fans.
They sound like
I'm just saying.
Real Cowboys fans.
1922, man. Back in 1922, man, we won it all, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Sitting on there with their beer and their rocking chair.
Exactly. See, 1920.
You breathe, man. He threw for 5 man, twice. He threw the damn ball 45 yards in the air. He just caught the ball and ran down the field and he hit a truck and look, come on, bro.
You know, and that's why Drew Brees over there struggling. They ain't trying to let go. They like, come on, Breeze, you got one more in you.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
You got one more throw in. Throw the ball 20 yards, man. Come on, one more time.
I was about to say that 28-3, that last touchdown the Patriots scored on us was not a touchdown. Like I said, we took it. It wasn't a touchdown. Like I said, what a coach say, if was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Yeah.
That's the same thing
we all be
about
drunk.
that.
Yep.
We all be drunk. But like I said, when y'all had the ball in overtime, you threw an interception and lost the game.
Did y'all call y'all friends? I swear I'm seeing a lot more ain'ts up in this chat. Like, y'all just y'all come on, Atlanta Falcons Nation channel. They over there talking about us. Let me go ahead and get the goons going.
All of them are sitting on it.
See, but that's a good thing though, because they add to the channel. And like I said, we appreciate it.
We'll take
like
it.
I said, they could go to a Saints podcast and talk about who that all day, but they come to us to listen to us and troll us. Like I said, at the end of the day, we appreciate it because that you building our stuff up.
You know what? Speaking of that, I called y'all out the first game. I said, show up, talk your shit. Let's talk some football. I open it up for Friday. I open it up for Saturday. Not one, but one female, y'all. That's sad, Saints fans. One female came on here and did better than half of y'all because y'all scared to show up. Everybody, I got to work. I got to talking all that shit, but couldn't come on here and defend yourself. So the open invitation is here. Make sure. Y'all follow me, find me. Y'all can find me on wherever you can find me. Miss Maggie T, I'm everywhere. Message me however you want to find me. I'm everywhere. If you want to be on, let us know.
Hey, look, if you look at the Sunday show, we already made the invitation open on the Sunday show.
Yeah.
And like I said, if they don't show up, that just lets you know that they not really gonna be defending their team unless they win the game. Like I said, if they lose the game, they're not gonna be here. It's probably gonna be only Mark 504 because that's your internet boy.
At least he loyal. Like he rain or shine. Mark 504 is probably the most loyal in this chat. So all these new faces, hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Exactly. I think what it is that they looking for us when they say 28-3 or we got a ring and y'all don't. They looking us the boo hoo and cry. and all that stuff. They basically want us to be looking like this. That's what they want us to look like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I said, it is what it is. Y'all got a ring, like I said. But the thing about it is, y'all so cocky and y'all are not humble about it. Like I said, one of those Thanksgiving games, y'all did a 28-3 halftime show where your band did a 28-3 formation on the field. That killed everything. That killed the rivalry right there. Like I said, y'all made it more personal than anything right there. Don't think nobody else saw it. It's online. So
I wanted to highlight the person that said he's listened to the show. I had it up earlier, but someone took it down. But appreciate you, even if you're an Aints fan or what, appreciate. I mean, like seriously, like we talk a lot of shit, but we appreciate everybody that's watching. Like I said, long as y'all, we can talk trash all day long. Let's keep it at that. We're rivals. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying? Don't come on here and just be, trying to insult and all that kind of stuff. Because, you know what I'm saying? We're going to give you the ultimate respect. And we expect it from you guys. So for real. The invitation is open. And then Feel of Sports, they're doing something, I guess, Thursday for the Aints rivalry as well. So make sure y'all check them out on Thursday, I believe. But Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday. Shoot, you never know. The door's open. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Are you an Aints fan? Yes, I'm representing for the Sisters. Yes, I got it now.
He's one of the Saints fans that love you.
We need all the Aints fans right now. All the Aints fans just to say who that in the chat. I'm giving you permission to put who that in the chat right now. Capital letter, bold letters. All right, capital letters. Put who that in there so I can see you guys. So now,
how many Aints fans got up in here? But after that, follow up. We need the Dirty Bird Nation.
Exactly.
Nation. Get in here and show out. Let the who that get people.
Once y'all say who that, we're gonna say we that.
They say who that, nigga, we that.
You know what? These folks, yeah. Y'all worried about the wrong stuff.
But hold on. There's a topic that I really kind of want to get into, and Mike we kind of said this.
There we go. We got some who that's in here. There we go.
We got 1,
go 2, ahead. Let me get y'all a little 2 seconds of fame.
4, 5, 6. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna say Sunday. We're gonna kind of expect y'all to be in this chat as well.
Mm-hmm. Win or loss.
Keep that same energy. Because we show up regardless.
Like I said, win or loss, not just when we win.
There you go.
If y'all lose, we won't see these same names in this chat on Sunday.
I'm screenshotting everybody. Wait a minute. Just find these people.
But definitely, I want to get into this topic, and I know Mike wanted to talk about this topic as well. This is going to be kind of like the all Falcons topic of the show, where we're going to be talking about our top 5 running backs that we like of all time, or who we watched and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let Mike go ahead and kick it off for us.
Woo. Hey man, this is probably I probably get a lot of hate for saying this first name, but I think this is, in my opinion, the greatest running back of all time. And it's not Barry Sanders. I don't think people understand how great this guy was as an athlete, as a running back in the NFL. Like, he was one of the first guys to ever hit 2,000 yards. And unfortunately, some off the field issues kind of, overshadowed his career. But O.J. Simpson is a damn problem. Like, if you go see O.J. Simpson and his tape, like, this dude was AP before AP. This dude was Barry Sanders. Like, this dude was like, he was Jim Brown. Like, this dude was absolutely incredible. O.J. Simpson was absolutely a man beast. You're talking about beast mode, you're talking about O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson was an absolute monster, man. Like I said, all that off the field stuff, man, I got nothing to do with that. We're talking about the man on the field. O.J. Simpson was an absolute beast. I just go watch his tape and you'll see why I'm saying this. This dude he can run over somebody, he can run past them, he can run you over and then run past you. O.J. Simpson was catching passes out the backfield. Like O.J. was the real deal. So number one of all time is O.J. Simpson. Number two, I don't think anybody can disagree with number two. Miss Barry Sanders, man. Barry Sanders is just absolutely incredible, man. Just all that he could do. Like he played for a complete crappy organization and still was able to put up some big time numbers. Number three for me is I just got to give my Falcons some love. You know, I got to throw a Falcon in there. And I think the second one for me is I got to do it. Jamal Anderson. The only thing that brought an end to his career was his knee. That dude was on point. Like he was on pace to become a damn good explosive back. And that knee injury just, derailed his career. Like Jamal Anderson was a problem. Like I said, just go back and watch his games, man. You'll see why he's still upset. The dude was a freaking problem. Only thing that slowed him down was his knee injury. He still, even after the knee injury, he came back and he wasn't the same Jamal Anderson, but he was still putting up, 1,000 yards. Like he still did his thing. But ultimately his knee kind of derailed that. And the fourth one for me, man, and I'm gonna just leave it at the fourth one, but I love watching this guy play. I don't know why. But I could watch him. I could watch him run all day. All right. This is another Falcon. But I'm gonna throw Jerry Snowwood in there, man. Like Jerry Snowwood was a problem, man. Like them crazy legs, boy. Like you see him in the open field. See that man in the open field, man. You can't do that. You might as well call it a day, bro. He's gonna get to the end zone. He's gonna make big plays. So those are my four, man. O.J. Simpson. I had to throw that in there, but like I said, man, O.J. was a baller, man, and I'm only concerned about football players. So those are my top.
All right. I'll go next. But the way that I'm gonna do mine, I'm not gonna go off of like the past guys, like pre-1997, because that's when I really, really started paying attention to football. I'm gonna go from 97 on the up. And the way that I'm gonna do my top five, I'm gonna do 3 running backs and I'm gonna do 2 fullbacks. Because they're technically running backs, but all that, you know where we're going with this. Now, I'm gonna throw this guy in the fullback category, and this is the guy, one of the guys that made me want to watch football the most and inspired me to play football, and that was Jerome Bettis. I mean, you talk about a guy that was a fullback and moved to running back, and then you think he had the health issues pretty much, and he was just still dominant. They ain't call him the bus for a reason. You wasn't finna stand in front of his ass like that because you about to get your ass ran over. So he going in my slasher category. Another one I'm going to put up there is I'm going to put Marshall Faulk. You talk about a nightmare matchup. Like I said, that was a 1,000 yard guy right there. I mean, how could you not put Marshall Faulk up there? That's one of the best dual threat running backs you've ever seen. He ain't the first one, but he's one of the best. And the fullback I'm gonna put up in there is Mike Allstott, the A-Train. You talk about somebody that just ran with some relentlessness and he just not give a damn ability. That's gonna be my new word for the day. He just ran with just not give a damn ability. It was like, wow. like him running over linebackers was just something serious. It was like, I can't even put that to words. Another running back I'm gonna put up there I'm gonna put him in the dual threat category. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mr. Arm Flinch when you go like this, Mr. Arm Flinch. Like he was the guy that he was our like you had Marshall Faulk, but then he was the next generation of that. And you have to think he was the catalyst behind those San Diego teams that really wasn't supposed to be good, but made them better. And I'm gonna put another running back in there. This is gonna be kind of a tough one for me, but I'm gonna put Priest Holmes in there. He did it for Baltimore and he did it for Kansas City.
That's a good one.
I mean, your first
knee injury, man.
Your first name is Priest, man. You better be damn good. I'll tell you that much. Your first name, like this guy was so smooth in the back. He was so smooth as a running back. It was like, and then like I said, my honorable mention of a fullback was Tony Richardson. He ran behind Tony Richardson. It looked so smooth in Kansas City. It was a damn shame they didn't have the defense to really propel them to higher levels. And and like I said, and my last and final one, and this is gonna be in the fullback category. This is gonna be kind of like a homer pick, but I have to put Ovi Mihaly in there.
Ooh.
He was a head buster.
You guys haven't checked that out. We interviewed him, so you guys can go check that out too. Please be sure to check out our interview section, the AFN, so you can watch that interview with Ovi.
Yeah, he was a head buster. I'm talking about coming, like I said, coming from that Baltimore culture, and what Terrell Thomas, he has an honorable mention for me, and that's Jamal Lewis. Ovi Mihaly blocked for Jamal Lewis too. And boy, you had to bust heads in that culture to be successful. And Ovi Mihaly also helped Michael Turner run for average 1,700 yards a season too. So, yeah. And my honorable mention fullback would be Lorenzo Neal, who I say is one of the greatest fullbacks that ever played the game. I don't care what nobody say. He didn't run the ball like that. He didn't catch the ball like that. But when you needed to block for somebody, when you need somebody to block for your ass, Lorenzo Neal was there. Ask Corey Dillon. And that's the end of my list right there.
And you hit on a lot of Kstylz that I had because I went from my generation, but it's a lot of guys that you didn't name, so I'm gonna add them to my list. So our list ain't exactly the same. But my fifth,
go ahead and add to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to my list. But fifth on my list, I seen it in the chat, and I didn't think nobody was gonna say it, but Curtis Martin. If y'all remember Curtis Martin with the New York Jets and the New England Patriots, he was one of those guys that could catch out of the backfield. He was really underrated as a runner, and he was one of my favorite early on when I was in my early childhood. I loved the way Curtis Martin ran the ball. He was one of those guys that could do it all. Like I said, smooth, yeah. He could get yards and he run like effortlessly. He was a graceful running back. So that's my fifth on my list. Fourth on my list is Barry Sanders because he had to make the list, even though I didn't get to see him a whole lot. Because if you remember, Barry Sanders didn't play a long time. I think he stopped playing in like 1998. Yeah, he had a short career, but he was one of those guys that you talking about dancing in the backfield and didn't need an offensive line. That dude could break anybody's ankle. But a lot of the times he was doing so much juking and stuff. A lot of the times he could lose 10 yards and then end up gaining 50 yards because he was just peace. Like he could create. And we talked about that with what's the other interview that we had with the inspirational speaker? He talked about playing with Barry Sanders. I forget, but he was his teammate. Derek Moore. Yeah, he talked about it. And Barry, he had to be on my list because to me, he's the standard when you talk about running backs. I had LT on my list, LaDainian Tomlinson, because you guys know he had broke the record for how many touchdowns in the season, and he was just going crazy with the San Diego Chargers. But I'm gonna sub him off my list since Kstylz had him on his list, and I'm gonna add on my list Eddie George, because I think a lot of people sleep on Eddie George when he was with the Tennessee Titans. People talk about Derrick Henry, but he was Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry. He would run with those high knees. He was a real big running back, tall, physical, and he could run you over. He could run past you. And back in those days, you got to go back and watch those matchups between the Ravens and the Titans. They hated each other. He would go up against Ray Lewis and those guys, and they had bad blood. Him, Steve McNair, they had bad blood, and those used to be some of the physical, like how we talk about Pittsburgh and the Ravens back in the early 2000s. Ravens and Titans was that matchup. It wasn't the Steelers and the Ravens. The matchup was the Titans and the Ravens. They used to go at it. And Eddie George was one of those guys that ran behind Lorenzo Neal, as Kstylz was talking about. And Eddie George was one of my older brother's favorite running backs. He had his jersey, and that dude was a beast. Went to Ohio State. If you go look at some of his highlights, that dude was incredible as a running back. But he had a lot of knee injuries and a lot of injuries, but he was really physical. And I loved that he could run, he could catch out of the backfield. He was a dual threat as well. Second on my list is Marshall Faulk. I can't take him off my list, even though Kstylz had him, because he's like one of my favorite all-time running backs, just because he could do it all. Marshall Faulk was like one of the gold standards at running back, because it was nothing he couldn't do. He could block, he could run, he could catch. If you remember The Greatest Show on Turf, everything started and ended with Faulk out of the backfield. So he's definitely number 2 on my list. And then number 1 on my list, y'all know why I call him Wolverine, Adrian Peterson. All day, whatever you want to call him, he's still running strong right now. Adrian Peterson, y'all know he had gotten in trouble. He would probably be even higher on the rushing list if he wasn't out for that whole. I think he was out for like a season and a half when he had gotten in trouble. He was out of the league, or on the, I think it was the commissioner's exempt list or whatever. But he's, to me, my all-time favorite running back of our generation, because I pretty much seen every game that dude played, college and in the pros. When he was at Oklahoma, y'all know he was a beast. When he came into the league, he was a beast. He was probably one of the only players I remember that could do anything. I remember they were playing against the Chicago Bears. They put that dude back on the kickoff return, and he ran it back. And I'm like, man, this dude is crazy. Like, his skill set is crazy. So AP is definitely got to be number 1 on my list. And then for my honorable mention, y'all know I always got to throw a Falcon in there. My favorite all-time running back for the Falcons, and y'all probably think this is blasphemous, but I love me some Devontae Freeman. When Devontae Freeman was in his prime, just like he had Jarvis Norwood, Devontae Freeman was my guy, man. I love the way that Devontae Freeman ran, man. He was a little dude, but that dude could break your ankles. He could run you over. He could do all kind of things. The only thing he really couldn't do was block. Other than that, when he had those 2 or 3 good seasons, man, Free was that dude. Free, and then also an honorable mention, it got to be Turner Burner, because Turner, y'all know when he was here early on in Matt Ryan's career, we would feed Michael Turner. Michael Turner was one of those guys that could run through you, and once he get through the line, he was one of those guys that was big but also was explosive. A lot of people thought that he was just big and could run you over, but once he had that straight line speed. Once he saw a gap, he could turn up that speed and be gone. He could hit his head on the goalpost. So those are my honorable mentions. Of course, we got to put Mr. Dirty Bird in there. He talked about Jamal Anderson. I mean, that's easy. He created the Dirty Bird. He the reason we started calling us the Dirty Birds again. So he always got to, his name got to always be on the list, because he Mr. Dirty Bird. So Jamal Anderson was that guy. Before Michael Vick came, he really changed the culture of the Atlanta Falcons. Other than Deion Sanders in the 90s, it was Jamal Anderson that came and brought that toughness where he was going to run through somebody's face mask. That's how he played the game, and they called him Jam for a reason. He was that dude that he was going to mess you up.
Hey, I was about to say, I'm going to throw 5 more running backs. I'm not going to give you why, but I'm going to throw 5 running backs that we really didn't say. And they all in the comments, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mention them in here too. Like I said, I'm going to throw in
Say something for J-Rock, man.
Say something for J-Rock.
Say something for J-Rock.
Oh, shit, J-Rock. I didn't even see you come in, man. What's going on?
What's up?
I didn't even know you were coming on. What's going on, bro? Hey, I know you heard the question. Like I said, we want you to go ahead and name your top 5 running back. It don't necessarily have to be of history, but top 5 running back that you've seen.
Okay, so it's on me. Y'all already went already.
Yeah, we already did.
Okay. I think I'm gonna start off at the top. My favorite number one is probably LaDainian Tomlinson. That dude right there got busy, man. Seeing him run all over the place. How long has he been with? Actually, yeah, he played for the Chargers for how many seasons?
It was
Y'all
a
remember?
minute. It was a lot of seasons. He played with the Chargers
Yeah.
and the Jets. I know he played with the Jets at the end of his career,
I think
but
it was like 9 seasons. It was 9 seasons because I remember because he was in that 2001 draft where the Falcons traded up to get Michael Vick.
That's right. That's right. You're right about that. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, because I think when he was getting older, he started to play for the Jets. So
yeah,
I got you. But yeah, man, he was an amazing running back. Like easily one of my favorites. My number 2 will have to be Eddie George. Now, my dad is a Titans fan, so me watching Eddie George, 6'3", 240 running all over people, man. I mean, this dude is a 4-time Pro Bowl. I believe he won Rookie of the Year in like 1996. He was tearing stuff up. That's one of my favorite running backs watching with my dad. So that's a good one. I would throw in number 3. I would say Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk was one of those guys, little small guys. He was one of, he showed a lot of love for the small running backs. He was on like what 5'9", 5'10" or something like that. He wasn't really like a big running back as it was. Yeah. So I would say definitely Marshall Faulk. I believe he got MVP in 2000. And then he got a Super Bowl. I forgot what year was that he won a Super Bowl. He's just a good all around back. So he's one of my favorite. I'll put him at number 3. Number 4. Let me see, man. I'm trying to think of today's date. Actually, dang, I forgot about this one. Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis is up there as well.
Oh man, nobody.
TD.
I like some TD, dog. That man right there. I think he won 2 Super Bowls and got an MVP as well. But his numbers were amazing. Amazing, and I think was it 2000 or 19? It was like 1998 or something like that. I was young though. I got good memory, so I remember certain stuff like that stuck with me. So like I think it was like 1998 or something like that. But he was good too. My final one. Oh man. Chris Johnson. Can't go with CJ. Can't go wrong with CJ 2K, man.
Ooh,
he was
2K,
cold.
baby.
He was cold.
Yeah.
CJ 2K, man, we done seen it all, bro. I already knew he was gonna be special once I seen his combine and all that and what he ran. I just knew he was gonna be something special. And that was another running back that played for Tennessee that I watched growing up with my dad. That man, that 4.24, you'll see it. You will see that speed on him. That it was unbelievable. I think he did that 2,000 yards rushing in his second season because he got drafted in like 2008. So I'm gonna say 2009 is where like, damn, this dude is for real. But you can tell like for him, like his career kind of like after that, I wouldn't really say totally declined, but like you can tell like it affected him because running up and down them fields, man, it was crazy. But yeah, that was my little quick top 5.
Oh. I about to say, can I add my honorable mention to running backs? Because I technically only named 3 of them, but I'm gonna put 2 of them up here. I'm gonna put nobody really said this name, but Ricky Williams.
Yeah, I was thinking about him.
Monster.
That's definitely a good one.
He was
That was
cold.
a monster right there. He He was a weed smoker, but he was a monster as well. And another one, like I said, I will put Adrian James up there. I like Adrian James, but I thought Ahman Green was better than him, to be honest with
you. Yeah. Hey, I seen Mark said my top. He said my top 5 is trash. Look, bro, I'm only going based off the people that I watched growing up that I've seen. So if you got anybody, before then, go right ahead. But that was my top 5. So if y'all want to say it's shit, look, that's just based on what I've watched.
Where is that? Where it said, tough luck.
Yep.
All right. So I guess, unfortunately, people, this is the part of the show where it's about to wind down. We're about to hit on this 2-point conversion. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. So definitely you make sure you go subscribe to Jude Talk Sports over here. Y'all just got them to 700. Get to the next level to 800. This guy down here.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah. Like I said, make sure you get the Mad Mike Sport. Well, he's all the way on the other side of the screen now. So make sure you get the Mad Mike Sport. Subscribe to him as well. You got Miss Maggie T down here. She's trying to be the new carry champion of Atlanta Falcons Nation and YouTube. So you make sure you subscribe to her. No, she does not have an OnlyFans, so y'all gonna be disappointed. Make sure you hit the Twitch guide up. He Twitch gaming over there too. Mr. J Rock right there.
Yes, sir.
And also make sure you continue to subscribe and watch out for Atlanta Falcons Nation content. We coming forward every day. And wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. We got to hit this before we get this 2-point conversion. Ed Collier with the 1999 super chat. Oh, Lord. He said, first of all, I love seeing my sisters talking football. No disrespect. I've been a long time sub and to the other page, but let me drop a few honorable mentions. Steven Jackson, Ward Dunn, and Emmitt Smith.
Ward Dunn. I was going to say Ward Dunn.
Ward Dunn is definitely a
appreciate it. We definitely appreciate Ms. Maggie definitely appreciate that, man. That was really showing us some love.
What the hell is wrong with this guy?
Mark,
I truly appreciate that.
You just had to come in. We appreciate you.
Oh, we already know Mark 504 could give a damn if we all got shot tomorrow. As long as Maggie T was on camera, that's what he got. But
we appreciate you.
We
appreciate it, bro.
We appreciate that, man. You are officially the MVP of today's show.
Salute to you.
Chat. Salute. So we can go ahead and get back to this 2-point conversion. This is the part of the show where we get what's out of mind. And who wants to go ahead and start it off?
I'm always last because I gotta promote me.
Oh, hold on. We gotta do it. We gotta do it right, Mike. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pass the ball to you.
Oh yeah,
way over there. There you go. There you go. You started it.
You fumbled it. God damn it.
No, about to pump fake it. But I just want to say this because we're getting a lot of just disrespectful behavior in the comments, and I got to continuously just speak on this. This is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta Falcons Nation is not just for Atlanta Falcons fans. Like, we totally respect Saints fans that want to come here and, just, talk football. You know what I'm saying? Just come in and talk football. Like, we don't have to, agree with, I don't agree with everything that everybody on the panel, agrees with. So if you guys are, whether you're a Packers fan, a Chargers fan, a Saints fan, come and hit that subscribe button, man. Come on, talk football with us. We got a whole Discord for you guys can come in there and chat and kick it with us. It's
Please
all day. We got people from all over the country, like all over the world. Excuse me, all over the world. Okay, so it's always something going on in the Discord at all times of night. So you guys can follow the Discord and check us out there, man. Like I said, Mark 504. He's clearly not a Saints fan. He's a Miss Maggie fan. I don't give a damn what he say. He's not a Saints fan. He's a Miss Maggie fan. So, hey, but yeah, man, it's all love. You guys continue to subscribe to the channel, man. You got some Saints fan that actually want to sit and talk football. We have no problem with you guys coming and chilling with us, and just commenting on the videos and then live. Like, look, man, it's all love. So that's my 2 point. I want to invite everybody just to continuously, tell your friends about us. It's cool. It's cool by me, man. So come holler at us, continue to chat with us, and that's all I got to say.
All right, Mike. You know the drill. You gotta pass it to the next guy. You gotta do the pass.
I'm about to do that Magic Johnson. I'm gonna fake it that way. No look pass to Jude.
Hey, I got that thing. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. All the Atlanta Falcons Nation. Like we said, whatever team you watch, we don't care. Whatever, you don't have to be an Atlanta Falcons fan to tune in. We like knowledgeable fans, people that's gonna put questions in the chat, that's gonna give us feedback. We appreciate you guys not only tuning in tonight, but tuning in tomorrow night, ATL and Sports Zone every Wednesday night at 8. Y'all tune in. I appreciate y'all helping your boy get to 700 subs, and let's keep it going.
What the hell, man? I'm sorry, Ju.
Are you good?
What is going on in this chat?
But that's pretty much all I had. Is I just want to thank you guys. I could have did it without you, but let's get to 1,000 and let's keep going. I'm gonna kick that thing down to J-Rock.
Even though I'm late to the party, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat, the whole Atlanta Falcon Nation, and salute to my guy Ju for making it, to the next milestone, the 700. And it's gonna be a bunch of repeat for me because I'm gonna just be preaching about the Discord. But hey, make sure you guys, I'm gonna post it in the channel. Make sure you guys hop in the Discord, man. It's open. You guys can chat with us after the show. Just be yourself. You don't always have to talk football or Atlanta. It's open for everybody. So come in the same chat that's going on right now. Make sure y'all bring it over to the Discord. We'll love to talk with a bunch of people. I know a lot of people whose questions didn't get popped up. If you guys got questions, hop in the Discord. We'll talk to you. That's all I got.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this no look to Kstylz.
All right. Like I said, pretty much gonna be like appreciate everybody watching tonight. Maggie, I think these guys are looking at this is how these guys are looking for you right now. They looking at you like this right now.
That's all I'm seeing in the chat.
I'm about to say they probably waiting for that OnlyFans to pop up for your ass.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. We don't do that.
Now, if you want to see some Falcons gear, then maybe we can talk. Yeah.
If you're looking for OnlyFans, go to Magic City. But my 2-point conversion is basically gonna be like I said, just respect everybody in here, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're all football fans. We sit here and we do this for fun, not just for us, just to entertain ourselves, but to entertain y'all and let y'all know at the end of the day, Atlanta Falcons Nation It's not just us on the panel, but it's everybody in the chat. It's everybody that subscribes. It's everybody that looks at this video. Like I said, Mark 504 can call me baby's kid all he want. At the end of the day, bro, she's the only one that can answer your DM, so I can't do shit about that. You ain't got it by now, motherfucker, you slacking. But at the end of the day, we all on here just having fun. Like I said, this is therapy for a lot of people right now, especially people that ain't working, people that ain't got a job, no money coming in. They talk about a possible shutdown of the whole country.
Yeah.
You know, people gonna be depressed. Like I said, all kinds of people are mad, pissed off, sad, depressed about everything that's going on in this world right now. So my motto is if I could put a smile on one person's face or make one person laugh, I did my job, because at the end of the day, laughter and happiness is gonna save us all. And I'm gonna end it with that.
I guess I'll end it. Everybody had they say, they spill. What's up, everybody? I am Miss Maggie T. For the folks that's new in the chat, I am the operator of this whole thing. AFN is because of me. Just letting y'all know. So thank you guys for tuning in, like everybody said. We appreciate you guys. But guess what? Now I do officially have my own channel. So I talk more than just Falcons news. I talk Hawks, Braves, Atlanta United, whatever that's going on in Georgia, UGA. I talk about it all. So follow me on YouTube at MS Maggie T. Miss Maggie T. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Follow me. I only got 16 subscribers because I'm brand new. But go ahead and watch some of my videos. I just did one on Young Way Cool. He's getting ready. I think he's on the Pro Bowl ballot. And y'all go ahead and, vote, reshare, do what y'all need to do for that. But I gave a nice little shout out and everything, as well as if you're a Hawks fan, I did a little injury report. So I do the injury report for the Falcons. I do it for the Hawks, etc. Follow me, you guys. Let me get my link so you can find me. But also, if you want to be on the show Friday, probably not Saturday, because it's more post game, pre-game. So we'll stick it to this Friday. If y'all want to be on the show, Aints, hit me up. Seriously. It's going to be at Maggie T at AtlantaFalconsNation.com. Email me there. Hit me up. Or, of course, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Miss Maggie T, MS, Miss Maggie T. You'll find me anywhere. Everybody been finding me. But for real, appreciate y'all. For real. But on to the next time, make sure you guys watch tomorrow night at 8 p.m. ATL in Sports Zone. We got Big Low Country and Terror Artist 404. Y'all been watching them too. They're gonna come with their commentary and everything about the game coming up. As well as right afterwards, I have my show, Lust Exchange, and people were saying that in the chat. So I'm like multitask, you guys. But Lust Exchange is more for adult content. So if you're not 18 and over, please do not watch Lust Exchange.
You might have to say that again for them in the back. Say
if you're not 18 or over, do not watch Lust Exchange. But we are talking about the proper booty call etiquette. That's what we're talking about tomorrow. Yes, I had to plug it in there. Lust Exchange
wonder why they all in the comments after. Wonder why they all in the comments.
This is why these motherfuckers hitting your DMs right now, because they think you with the shit.
Shoot, I keep it real now. If y'all gonna watch it. But look, me and Miss Nikki V, we keep it real on Lust Exchange. So if y'all want to see what I'm talking about, right after ATL in Sports Zone, come on to Lust Exchange. Please call into the show, because y'all be so scared.
Call in.
We be having some juicy topics. I mean, y'all need to get on here. Sensual education. That's right. We got some loyal fans up in here. you're gonna be educated. We don't just be coming with the shenanigans. You guys proper, yes, Hunty. You make sure you watch it.
Hey, I'm about to say, Mark. Hey, Maggie, you better tell your chat room boyfriend to go ahead and subscribe to that and look at the show. He might need some of that sexual healing.
Yeah, I'm surprised he ain't been on there. Yeah, look for Lust Exchange. You know, the pretty women be on there, and we just be talking about everything. So if y'all want to hear what I got to talk about, yes, oh Lord, yes, I know.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm about to say your boy keep fucking with me, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's all love because
he's loyal.
He's loyal as hell, so I'll take it. Like I said, like I said, we can take the shit talking, but once you get disrespectful to anybody on this panel, then it becomes a serious topic, and that's when you're gonna get your ass fired, flamed on. I'm gonna just say that.
But all right, you guys, we are out of here. Till the next time, tune in tomorrow night, and we out. Peace.
And stop talking about Nate Robinson. He tried his best.